All children and young people are entitled to a well-planned package of education and learning. Everyone in the classroom should have their needs taken into account. This is known as quality first teaching. In this film, we explore what having a voice and child or young person-centered planning means. This means having your views and needs considered and taken into your account to make sure that the support plan is about you. Your voice should be heard. These are your plans. They are all about you.
There are many different ways you can have your voice heard, ranging from the kind of obvious one, just wanting to maybe chair your own HCP meeting, essentially running it your way. But for those who don't feel that confident, you could maybe have you write down a point you want to make, your views and how you feel things can be changed, and then someone else can speak on your behalf. And then for those who have a much more difficult at times communicating, you could get an interpreter through in the form, like we say, if they're good with science, you can do like Makatar, and in that way you can get your views shared across regardless of those limitations. And again, you don't even actually be in the room, as I said. You can use your stuff written down in advance and then someone speaking on behalf, or you could just send your stuff through digitally and then they can be talked about privately, and you don't have to have that anxiety of being in the room, because for some people that can be rather overwhelming.
Don't keep it quiet. I know it's very easy to just try and ignore it or keep it at the back of your head and not bring it up, and everything seems all happy, but don't do that because it will just add up and it will get worse. So try writing it down. If there's any way of communicating, whatever way you find easiest, whether that's kind of telling somebody else or taking it little steps at a time. So mentioning you have this problem, go a bit in depth in the next meeting and start going further. Make sure you are doing what you want to do and don't let anybody else force you into it, because you're not going to be able to express what's going on in your head if you're not comfortable.
I suppose kind of what their interests are. And I think like sharing for their ideas for the future, whether that's going to college or straight on to work.
Maybe they want to, socialize better amongst their peers. Maybe they want to do this particular subject and focus it more. Maybe they want to improve their grades. Maybe how they want their learning environment to be so they can focus a lot better.
Get any worries and your kind of goals for the future and targets. Yeah, definitely something to talk about.
What is working for you? What's succeeding? Because of course you don't want to always be focusing on this isn't working, that isn't working. But you do want to also note what isn't working. Even if it was an idea by yourself or someone else, it's really important to just point out that isn't working.
The best way you get involved at EHCP is chair your own EHCP meeting. When I did mine, it's so empowering, the fact allowing me just to get that opportunity to voice exactly how I felt about it and how I wanted to take this all forward. Because in my mind, I looked at it as, it's my HCP. And that should be the mindset or reasoning that everyone should have. So if you don't feel encouraged to partake in a very active role in HCP meetings or just in the whole process, I would suggest asking, say, maybe your parent or maybe a member of your school who's related to the process, if they can maybe give you some advice or give you some support on that.
I definitely would say for some, it would take their own initiative to want to be involved. Like, listen, I want to speak out what I want in this meeting. And maybe for some who might not have that initiative, might need just some encouragement from their parents or guardians or even their teachers.
Maybe if a young person is finding it difficult to engage, then they could think about their interests and start the conversation like that. Maybe the professionals could suggest meeting at a different place, such as their home, or to make it more comfortable, and be patient as well.
Other advice I'd say I could give people would be, it may seem daunting, it may seem scary, but don't worry, no one's going to bite your head off, no one's going to hurt you. The point, all those people are there for, and they should be there for, is to listen to your views and to find the best way to support you on your journey into adulthood and ready for your brighter future.
Get your needs heard. Just talk about it. You are a human being with your own wants and needs. Let it be heard by other human beings.
The main thing, though, is to learn that you don't need to have any shame at all. Don't just try limit stuff and push your boundaries to make life easier for other people, because it's so important that you are able to communicate for yourself and look after yourself. and that's what they should also be teaching.
I think just go into it and kind of don't be afraid to share your views and so for the future, and just really make sure your voice is heard, because your voice is as important as your parents and your teachers. So.